So we are still doing our AMP grazing. We are now 2.5, 3 months in, and we're coming back to the field that we first did. We've been out of it now for just over 8 weeks. It's not looking the best that we hoped it would be. As you can see, we're here on sunny Dartmoor. We're not really used to all this sunshine up here. Normally we get a lot more rain. We haven't had much rain for about 2.5 months. We have got a little bit of grass here, but needs must, and we must come back onto this. It's not as good as we hoped it would be. However, we baled this last year and we didn't put anything back on it, which was bad by us, but it's bloody steep and we didn't have any muck to put on it because we'd only just come here. Anyway, so it got compacted by the tractor, it got its nutrients taken out of it in hay, and we didn't put much back into it. So it's doing better than we hoped. It's got a lovely diverse mix in it. Some of the wildflowers with performing hoverfly. Thank you, hoverfly, for joining us. We've got plenty of butterflies. We can't see them today, but a couple of weeks ago this field was just alive to the point that Freddie was worried he was going to run them over in a quad bike. Anyway, so the nature is really loving it. We're going to have to do a larger section, I think, for the cows this time, because the grass is just really not that long. But we are out of grass everywhere else, and we need it to recover. So back to the start we must go. Let's hope this second bout of poop and pee will be putting more stuff in, and hopefully we'll see an improvement next year. I think we've started on one of the hardest years there is, with drought and very lack of rain, and yeah, wish we could have done this 2 years ago. We would have been a bit more resilient for this, but as you can see, it's really steep. There's a lot of rock under this field, and so the soil depth isn't where we'd like it to be, but hopefully we can keep improving it by doing AMP grazing, and we will keep coming back to this and see how it's getting on. So one thing that is noticeable from the AMP grazing is, one, you can tell where they weed, which kind of suggests maybe we need to push them up a bit closer, but there's not the grass. So this year, because of the drought, I think if you kind of see in the hills around, all looking very parched. So we're slightly greener than everybody else, but also this has rested for 8 weeks now. There's a lot of clover that's gone to seed, and you can see we've got some lovely bird's foot trefoil, or just trefoil various. Seems to be lots of different types in the field. Some kind of hawkspit, I would guess. My botany knowledge is not what it should be. We've got some this one. So there's been an improvement in the different plants that there is in the field. This just used to be a very solid, just grass, very poor grass. So we are getting a bit more of a diversity by grazing it tight. Also, something that's noticeable is the grass is considerably longer on this side of the field where the trees are, compared to over there where there are no trees. However, there's also bracken, so you know, win some, lose some. So I'd quite like to plant some more trees around the field, try and create more shade and therefore more grass growth, but that's one to talk to with the boss about, I guess. So we'll see, second round, we'll see what it's like in another 8 weeks. Here we go. AMP grazing round 2 in a year of drought. It's the Jerseys shouting in the background because they've been left in the field behind because we have to separate them from their calves at night, so it's easier for tonight if they're in there and we separate the calves into here with the rest of the gang ready, and then tomorrow they'll come in here with the others.